We need 2 minutes.
Right.
To give the answer.
Okay. Here's the second part of it because I can upload it twice. Then we get 2 goes at saying it because this is good.
Carry on. No, it's not. It's rubbish. But carry on.
Now, the Treasurer also suggested that Sunderland to Reading was approximately 240 miles. She got the £358.27 right, and she also suggested that she was by far the least inappropriately sort of qualified member of the club. On the grounds that there was still plenty of money left for when we came to visit in September, so that's all that matters.
But the Campion bank account is never particularly healthy, and therefore it's not particularly wise to give us the keys.
Okay, the Vice Chairman has come up with a vintage selection this year. Bomber, you'll be delighted to know that the Vice Chairman is absolutely convinced that you crashed your Vulcan into Lincoln Cathedral. The Antipodean Ambassadress will also be delighted to know that her favourite brother suggested she booked a facial. The VC has said we've been to Henley for 21 years, 1921, 61 put blah, blah,
Which is
blah.
Incorrect. The Chairman has been there for 21 years, but the Wigan Rowing Club
19
has only been there for 19. And by the way, Bomber did actually mention that he had actually clipped Lincoln Cathedral
yes,
with his Vulcan, but they only knocked off a little bit of the
masonry,
so it didn't really count.
Right, the VC said that Pimm's in 1990 was £5, but he didn't go for a 2010 figure. Bear in mind he wasn't here in 2010. I suppose it's sort of fair enough. Really,
and bear in mind that in 1990, I can't actually remember Idle paying for very many bottles of
disgraceful.
I can't remember.
Disgraceful.
Yeah.
It's the VC basically said all of us were on first name terms with the Prime Minister. Well, I'm afraid, Vice, that just isn't true. I've never met him, so it's there you go. Did the captain ever have a paper round? He said it was false. Now, I'll let you know that the actual, well, I can't tell you what the actual answer is, but the Vice Chairman said that the distance that he hitchhiked in 1991 to Henley was, quotes, bloody miles. Well, I thought it was a work of genius. He got the £358.27, and he said that we're all as bad as each other, and it was far too close to call us a vote. We are now on to... that's the Vice Chairman again.
That's me. Well, that's me. You don't want that one.
Oh, have we done you? It's the Chair of the Wines and Spirits Committee. Hang on, is this you? I think this is the Chair of the Wines and Spirits Committee. It's
in the end. I don't think he
hang
actually cares who got the right answers right.
Oh yeah, no.
Up as he goes along.
No, this is the Chair of the Wines and Spirits Committee. She basically said that Bobber was groused up, and that Charlotte booked a facial. Everybody said you booked a facial, Charlotte. I quite like that. 19 consecutive years, £3 compared to 10, which is a fairly good guess, to be fair, Professor. It's she didn't understand the point about who the captain was named after. The captain was also named after his grandfather's dog, Professor. So that's who's Ben. His real name is Ben Hart Campion. Hart being a family name. Ben, not Benjamin.
Being
and it's
the
because
family
Ben
sheepdog.
was the family sheepdog.
Grandpa Campion's sheepdog, Ben, and it was the story is that it was a championship sheepdog, and that Dad actually quite liked it, and therefore I got named after it, and that's why I'm not Benjamin, I'm actually Ben.
Yeah, so there we go. She got the £358.27 right, and the Chair of the Wine and Spirits Committee said the least appropriately tasked member of the club was the Treasurer. This is absolutely true. That's outrageous, Professor, I must say. I've not seen anything. But you'll be delighted to know that the guess from sunny Sunderland to Reading, she said about 300 miles. Now, where is the captain's entry this year? Now, the captain of boats. We have one last entry. The captain got the question about his father correct. The question about
him up.
Booking a facial, he suggested. 19 years of the chairman. £2.50 for a pint.
So right so far, everything right.
He suggested that we both knew the Prime Minister.
I would assume that anybody who was such a die-hard blue right-wing Naziist, such as my chairman, should know the first name in terms of David Cameron, but clearly he doesn't. He might have got a degree in politics, but because it was a Richard III, he didn't actually go and do Probably didn't learn
Richard
anything
the
from
Third.
that.
I got a Desmond.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, you are clever. You have done well, haven't you?
Right. Okay.
I bet you even got an O level once.
I got 3. The captain said he was never a paper boy, but he did deliver something for doctor's surgeries.
Yes.
240 miles, £358.27p, and the least appropriate member of the club is the secretary, Molly.
What did I write? I can't remember.
A number of reasons, based on the fact that she was 5 years, 2 weeks, and it was Eve of Henley. Molly had now learned how to write her own name, so she could be secretary. So, we've been through the entries, we've seen what's on. You'll be delighted to know that we have the A8 route finder here from Sunderland University to Sherman Road, Reading. Is 299.2 miles. So, based on the fact that it was such an excellent guess, and I do know, to be fair, Professor, that you did actually go to Sunderland University, or Sunderland Polytechnic, or whatever it was called at the time, bearing in mind that you've given birth to a 3rd member of the club this year, and that you managed to get the distance right from Sunderland to Reading. Congratulations, we have a winner of the Henley quiz this year. It's,
I think this is a slightly contentious outcome, but...
well, in fact, a 3rd female winner on the trot. We had the Coxes won, the First Lady won last year, and now we have a chair of the Wines and Spirits Committee. So chin, bottoms up, congratulations.
I think your 6 correct answers clearly outweigh my 9 correct answers, and I think well done, and I think it's another case of Australia beating England. It happens all the time. We just have to get used to it now.
Well, there we go. Tempus Pro Proximo. Thank you for listening. If this uploads, I'm a chairman.
Yeah.
Here's to your captain. Here's
Cheers.
to your club. Chin chin.
And by the way, Charlotte, we were talking about our Prime Minister, not yours.